So reading from the Bhagavad-Gita, 11th chapter, text number 18. So we'll read text number 18 together, and then I will read one or two verses more, because they are only text 18 doesn't have any purport and 19 has only small purport. Tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastam purusho mato me tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastam purusho mato me tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastam purusho mato me. Tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastam purusho mato me. Tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastam purusho mato me. Tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastam purusho mato me. Tvam, you, aksharam, the infallible, paramam, supreme, veditavyam, to be understood, tvam, you, asya, of this, vishvasya, universe, param, supreme, nidhanam, basis, tvam, you, avyaya, inexhaustible, shashvata dharma gopta, maintainer of the eternal religion, sanatana, eternal, tvam, you, purusha, the supreme personality, mata, me, this is my opinion. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible. And you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. There's no purport, so I read number 19. Anadi madyantam ananta viryam ananta bahum shashashurya netram pashamitam diptauta savaktram satejasa vishsamidam tapantam. Translation. You are without origin, middle or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moons are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Purport. There is no limit to the extent of the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here and in many other places there is repetition. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. It is said that at time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flow. Om ajnanatimidandasya jnanandana salakaya chakshoran militam yanam tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupagramayam Dadati Sapadantigam Bandeyam Sri Guru Sri Yata Padakamaran Sri Gurun Vaishamamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savarutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishaganvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sure Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaeva cha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivajari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Arjuna is speaking to Krishna, and by Krishna's mercy is actually able to see this wonderful universal form of the Lord. Of course, Krishna is most fortunate because he's an associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, eternal associate, and in this material world, wherever Krishna is performing his pastimes, Krishna's dear devotee Arjuna is there, taking part in Krishna's pastimes. And wherever in these universes Krishna is speaking the Bhagavad-Gita, so he's speaking to Arjuna for the benefit of the fallen conditioned souls. So Krishna is Bhagavan, Sar Aishwarya Purna Bhagavan, who possesses all opulences in full and is unlimited, omniscient, knowing past, present and future, the source of everything. So, and Arjuna is his dear devotee, and so he has a relationship with Krishna, eternal relationship with Krishna. Of course, all the living entities have a relationship with Krishna, but not everyone is aware of that. Of course, the majority is actually aware of their relationship with Krishna. They have a loving relationship. Nitya Mukta, those who are eternally perfect. Nitya Siddha, who are serving Krishna since time immemorial in the spiritual world. Either in Goloka or in Vaikuntha planets. So that number is much bigger than the number of the conditioned souls, the Nitya Baddha, who are conditioned since time immemorial, but who are also eternal servants of Krishna, but they are conditioned, and they are not aware of their position, of their relationship with Krishna. So they are in this material world, and so Krishna is coming from time to time and is manifesting this world, this material world, to deliver the conditioned souls. And then his associates are coming with him. He's never coming alone, but he's coming with his eternal associates, just like Arjuna, and they're helping in Krishna's pastimes. So Krishna is the speaker, Bhagavad-Gita, the song of God. So Krishna himself speaking to Arjuna, his devotee, his associate, his relative. So for the benefit of the fallen conditioned souls. So he's most fortunate. So for some time, as we know, so he was transcendently bewildered, and then so the Bhagavad-Gita is spoken to him for the benefit of the conditioned souls. And then so Arjuna, he is wishing to see this universal form. Although he was seeing Krishna, the Dvibhuj Rup, the 200 form of Krishna, which is most beautiful. But just so that he convinced, so just that the conditioned souls could be convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna is asking Krishna to show this universal form. So, because Arjuna is perfectly happy in his relationship with Krishna, but for the benefit of the conditioned souls, so then the pastime of the Lord is there, so he's asking Krishna to show this universal form, if he wishes to do so. So because the pure devotee, they knows that we may ask something if Krishna desires so. And usually devotees, they want to do whatever Krishna wants. They don't have any independent desire. But still sometimes they may have, and then Krishna may fulfill that desire. So by his mercy. So it was also Krishna's plan, and of course he's the instrument, and so therefore the universal form was shown to Arjuna. But not everyone could see this. Only very few fortunate personalities, they could see this universal form. So then he is describing the glories of the Lord in these verses. So recognizing or glorifying Krishna as the Lord of everything, of this universe, and explaining that this form is very brilliant, very effulgent, and therefore to actually see that properly one needs divine eyes. So Krishna, he had the Diviva Chakshur, he had divine eyes by which he could properly see this form. Otherwise it is not possible to see this divine form of the Lord. Even Shyamasundar, the two-armed form of Krishna as he is, So that can only be seen by the devotees with divine vision, who have love for Krishna. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santa sadeva hridiyeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achinta guna sarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So the devotees are worshipping that Govinda. And they can always see that form of Shama Sundar in the heart because they have love for Krishna. Their eyes are anointed with the salve of love, Premanjana. And therefore Santa Sadeva, always and everywhere, they can see Shama Sundar, their Lord. So, but also for this universal form, so divine eyes to see that universal form are required. So here in this verse, number 18 is explaining that Paramam, so you're the Supreme Person, and you're to be understood as the infallible. And then he's explaining about all the wonderful qualities of Krishna. So, for the benefit of the conditioned souls. So as it is also explained that we hear or we chant the holy names of the Lord, that should be done, and then we should try to hear or glorify the wonderful qualities of Krishna. So first comes chanting holy names, and then we may be able to behold the form of the Lord, and then the qualities of the Lord. So we have to hear about the Lord, we have to see the deities of the Lord, and then we have to hear about the glories of the Lord, the qualities of the Lord, and glorify Him also. And then we may be able to perceive, to understand these wonderful pastimes, the lila of the Lord. So these are the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So He's inexhaustible. He's the oldest, Adi Purush. He's the source of everyone. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Of course, everyone is eternal, but still, Krishna is the origin of everything, of everyone. So therefore, he is all addressed as Adi Purush, the original person or the oldest. So, Adi means actually also the original. So you're the maintainer of the eternal religion, Dharma. So, Dharma tu Sakshan Bhagavad Pranitam, as explained in the Bhagavatam. So the principles of religion, Dharma, that is actually given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or His representative. And so He's giving the principles of religion, He's explaining about religion, and He's also making sure that it is maintained. And if it is broken, if it is not maintained, then He is again coming or sending His representative. So therefore it is explained that He is the maintainer of the eternal religion. And so Dharma. So Dharma, so that the translation is religion, but so that means also the occupational, eternal occupational activity of the living entity. And that is actually service to Krishna. Dharma means service to Krishna, serving Krishna. Jaiva Dharma, Jivka Dharma. That is service to Krishna. That is the Dharma also means the nature. Just like, for example, we have water. What is the Dharma of water? It is liquid. That is the nature. So what is the nature of the living entity? That is to serve Krishna. Intrinsic nature of the living entity. So that is service to Krishna. Just like water, it is flowing. But sometimes it is transformed, just like into ice. So that is then the, that is Vikrit, so that is the transformation of water. It is also water, but it is transformed into ice. So similarly, when the living entity is coming in this material world, so then his nature is also transformed when he is identifying himself with his material body and thinking, I'm an Indian, I'm American, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a professor, I'm a lawyer. So that is a transformation of the original form. So that is therefore also known as false identification. The real identification is, the real ego is, I'm the eternal servant of Krishna. So by again, so engaging in devotional activities, then that the eternal nature will be revealed of the living entity. So just like the water, it becomes ice if you put in the refrigerator. But if you take it out, and just like sometimes in the summer, people are feeling very hot, so they put the water in the refrigerator, becomes ice, it is transformed. And then they put it in the warm water, in a glass of warm water, they put some ice again, and it becomes again in its original liquid form. And then the water becomes cold, because the ice is cold. So the living entity, by engaging in devotional service, then the eternal nature will be revealed. And then one can properly serve Krishna. So the principles of religion are given by the Supreme Lord Himself at different times. So according to time, place and circumstances. And then so there's the Jaiva Dharma, Jiva Dharma, Sanatan Dharma, Paro Dharma. The real religion, that is service to Krishna. The loving exchange between the living entity and Krishna on the realized platform, realizing the eternal form of Krishna and one's own spiritual form. Not just theoretical understanding, but practical realization. So that is the Parodharma, that is the highest stage of Dharma, that is the actual Dharma of the living entity. So, but the beginning with service to Krishna, even in the conditioned state, when the realization is not full, it is not complete, but simply already knowing Krishna is God, I'm the servant of God, I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. So that is the beginning of practicing this Jaiva Dharma, Nitya Dharma, Paro Dharma, Sanatan Dharma, this real religion. And then when it becomes ripe, then the actual realization of Krishna's Sarup, Krishna's form, and our Sarup, our form will be there. And that is the highest stage, that is the perfection of religion. Sarup Siddha Bhakti. And then of course in this material world, according to time, place and circumstances, Naimittika Dharma there. The temporary religious principles are to begin for the conditioned souls on the path of spiritual life. So there are so many religions now there also in this world. Christian religion, Muslim religion, and even in India so many kinds of religion. Which are known as Naimittika Dharma. It is occasional, it is coming for some time. But after some time it will vanish, because it pertains to the body. So there, but even there, some understanding is given that God is there, and even maybe that we are not the soul, not the body, but we are spirit soul, like Christian religion. But who is God? What is His name? Where is He staying? What is He doing? There is no full description there. Because they are not yet qualified. Just like in school, the children are there in the first class. You teach them ABC, 1, 2, 3, that's all. You cannot teach them poetry or geometry, algebra. Not possible. They cannot understand. So similarly also in the beginning stage, not everyone is able to understand Sanatan Dharma, Jaiva Dharma and practice. So therefore this Naimittika Dharma is given for the beginners. So they may begin and they may start, and eventually they may be able to come to the platform of being able to understand the real religious principles, Jaiva Dharma, Sanatan Dharma. So Krishna himself is coming to give these principles, as in the Bhagavad-Gita, especially in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Kali Yuga. But all other incarnations also, so they are giving the eternal religious principles ultimately. And of course Mahaprabhu in the Kali Yuga, who is coming once in the day of Lord Brahma after Krishna, so he is giving the highest principles of religion, the highest moods of this love of Godhead, which is the love found in Golok Vrindavan, the highest planet, which the Brijbasis have, the eternal associates of Krishna. So he has come to give this, and especially the love of the gopis. Unad Ujjala Rasam Sabakti Sriyam Anarvida Charim Chirakarvatana Kalo Samarpitam Anunad Jaram Sabakti Sriyam Hariparandara Juri Kadamba Sandibita Sada Harideya Spirita Satchanandana. I pray and take shelter of Satchanandana Gaura Hari. And may he become manifest in the innermost chambers of my heart. And he has come after a long time. So only when Krishna is coming, Yashodanandan Gopinath, once in the day of Lord Brahma, after millions of years, after that Mahaprabhu is coming. And he has given Unadujjala Rasam, the highest mood of Braj Bhakti, the love of the gopis. So may he bestow his mercy upon us. So that is the opinion of Arjuna. So he's giving his opinion, which is the opinion of all the great personalities, as also explained even before in the 10th chapter. Asito Devala Vyas, they are saying that Krishna is the Supreme Person. And then in the next verse is explaining Anadi Madhyantam Ananta Viryam, so that he's without beginning. Anadi, Adi means the original person, the origin, but at the same time he's in Adi, he has no origin. So he's the cause of everything, the source of everything. So there's no nothing superior to him. Nothing has come before him. So therefore he is known as Anadi Krishna. So Madhyam, so he is without the origin, so he's the origin of everything, and he's the middle, and he is also there at the end. Even as it is explained, Ahameva Sameva Agre. So in the Chatushloki of the Bhagavatam, the nutshell verses, most important verses of the Bhagavatam, Krishna spoke directly to Lord Brahma, and he's saying, I was there before the creation. I'm here now also, maintaining. And at the end, when the material creation will be finished, whoever is remaining, that is me, I will remain. And nothing else will be there of this material manifestation. So the material manifestation is temporary, it is coming into being, it stays for some time, although for millions of years. We cannot even measure. And then again it is entering into the body of Mahavishnu, who is the expanded form of an expanded form of Krishna. So Krishna is the origin of everything and is the maintainer in the form of Vishnu. And then is the annihilator, of course, in the form of Lord Shiva also. And then he remains also. Ananta Viryam. So Virya, the glories of the Lord, they are unlimited. So it is not possible to fully glorify Krishna because he is unlimited. Even Ananta Shesh, an expanded form of Balaram, the first expansions of Krishna, he has thousands of heads. And he's continuously, with these thousands of mouths, he's glorifying Krishna. But he cannot find the end, not possible. Because Krishna is unlimited. Bahum, So he has in this universal form also Bahu, he has Ananta Bahu, he has unlimited arms. Sasra Shesha Purusha Sasraksha Sasrabad. So he has thousands of heads, thousands of eyes, thousands of arms, thousands of hands, thousands of feet. Sabhumim Vishwatovita Attatishta Dashangulam. So that is universal form, very amazing form. So by the mercy of the Lord, he had a glimpse of that form. And then he was awestruck and he was almost becoming fearful. So these emotions are there. So even sometimes some distress or fear is there in the pure devotee, but it is transcendental because Krishna is in the center. But his emotions are coming and going. So he was for a few moments when he saw this form, he was becoming fearful. But he understood that is the form of the Lord, amazing form of the Lord. And by the mercy of the Lord, so even if for some time there's a fear for the devotee, but soon he becomes peaceful again. Because he's depending on Krishna and he knows Krishna will protect me, Krishna will help me. And I don't have to fear anything. But still sometimes the fear may come. The emotions may come. But they are not permanent. But then there's the permanent ecstasy is there. Sthai bhav. The mood, the permanent mood that Krishna is my best friend. Or Krishna is my beloved. Krishna is my son. So that is known as Sthai bhav, permanent mood, ecstasy, feeling. That is always there. Other feelings, they are coming and going. Other moods, they are coming and going. So it is continuing. The sun and the moon are your eyes. Sashi Suryo, Netram. So in the universal form, the sun and the moon, they are the eyes of this universal form. And so all this light actually which we have from the sun and the moon, so that is coming from Krishna, and that is actually coming from the Brahma Jyoti, from Krishna's effulgence. So the sun and the moon are getting this light, the prakash, the effulgence, the heat, or even for the moon, the coolness in the summer, that is all coming from Krishna. From the Brahma Jyoti it is coming. But here, so he's glorifying Krishna and saying that the sun and moon are Krishna's eyes, because the devotees are seeing everything related to Krishna and seeing everything in Krishna and Krishna in everything. And ultimately everything is connected to Krishna. Nothing is separate from Krishna. This material world is not separate from Krishna. Or we, the living entities, even the conditioned living entities, they're never disconnected from Krishna. They're always connected to Krishna. So it is not possible to be not connected to Krishna. But the conditioned souls, they are in illusion. And therefore they appear to be disconnected from Krishna, but they are not. It is not possible. Everyone has an eternal relationship with Krishna, permanent. But it is, for the conditioned soul, it is in the dormant state. It is covered by the illusory energy, Maya. So therefore it appears to be that they are disconnected, but they are not. Nothing is separate from Krishna. Also all the material elements, the material world, it is situated in Krishna, in the Brahma Jyoti, which is the effulgence from Krishna's body. So everything is in Krishna. Therefore Madhya Yashoda, so 2 times she was seeing Krishna into Krishna's mouth, and then she saw the entire universe in Krishna's mouth. Everything is in Krishna's belly, or in Krishna's effulgence. The material world is in the Brahma Jyoti, which is Krishna's effulgence, bodily effulgence. Everything is in Krishna, and Krishna is everything. Krishna is in everyone's heart, even in this expanded form as Paramatma, and he is in the heart of his pure devotees. And there are thousands of pure devotees even in material world who are worshipping Krishna, and is in their heart, guiding them, blessing them, inspiring them, helping them. So that is wonderful Krishna. Adbhut Krishna. He is wonderful. He is amazing. So he's simply Krishna. So Arjuna is giving simply actually a glimpse of Krishna's unlimited qualities. And then he's explaining, I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth. That is in the universal form. So by which then ultimately everything then is destroyed at the end of the creation. There's a big fire there, burning this entire new universe. So the devotee, by Krishna's mercy, so Krishna is Trikaralagya. He knows past, present and future. So the devotee, the pure devotees, they are also to some extent becoming Trikalagya. They also know past, present or future to some extent, whatever is required for their service, like the pure devotee. So he may see something, so therefore he can tell about different persons also. So he may say, he may see who somebody was in the previous life, or what he will be in the next life. That Trikalagya, because they are fully absorbed in serving Krishna. They are in Krishna, they are in Krishna's hearts, because they are dear to Krishna. And Krishna is in their heart, because they have love for Krishna. And actually Krishna is in everyone's heart. And everyone is in Krishna's hearts. But the conditioned soul they have not realized, because they don't have love for Krishna. But the devotees who have love for Krishna, they see Krishna everywhere. And Krishna is in their heart, and they are in Krishna's hearts. They cannot live without Krishna. And Krishna, because of the devotees' love, Krishna is always remembering them also. So they are in Krishna's heart. And therefore, special protection is there, special care is there for the pure devotees. So here also, Arjuna, to some extent he could see that in this universal form, what will happen in the future, that all these soldiers, they will be crushed, they will be killed. So by Krishna's mercy, the pure devotees, they can see the future, they can see the past. They know things as they are, as it is. Therefore Prabhupada, so he presented Bhagavad-Gita as it is. So the pure devotees, they also know past, present or future, but not like Krishna. So to some extent they know the past, the present and the future. So the pure devotee, they are also empowered. They can do also wonderful things by Krishna's mercy, because they have full love for Krishna and they become empowered by Krishna. But still there is always a difference. Krishna is God, unlimited, and the pure devotee is servitor of the Supreme Lord, Savior Bhagavan. So they are just like, almost like Bhagavan. Therefore they are sometimes addressed as Bhagavan, because they are also becoming very powerful. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining there is no limit to the extent of the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavan, one who has all opulences in full. Sar Aishwarya Purna Bhagavan. So especially 6 opulences are mentioned. And Krishna has them in full. There is no limit. So of his, the opulence which is there, the spiritual opulence is there, it is unlimited. Aishwarya. And then the knowledge. Krishna knows everything, past, present, future. That is unlimited knowledge Krishna has. Beauty. His beauty is unparalleled. He is most beautiful. He has unlimited wonderful qualities. But 64 main qualities are mentioned, and especially 4 which are there in Krishna and Braj, which nobody else has. No other personality of Godhead. Many Bhagavans are there, personalities of Godhead, Vishnu, Narayan, even Dwarkadish, Krishna and Dwarka, expanded form of Krishna. But 4 qualities, they are only there in Krishna. Venu Madhurya, when he's playing the flute, the effect of that, it is so sweet, so wonderful. The Rupa Madhurya, the beauty which Krishna is exhibiting, it is unparalleled. The other personalities of God are also beautiful, most beautiful. But Krishna is the most beautiful. Unparalleled beauty is there. And then also the Prema Madhurya, the loving exchange between Krishna and his devotees in Braj, that is most sweet. In Vaikuntha there is love there also, Prem. But because Aishwarya is there also, opulence, oh Krishna is God, or Vishnu is God, I am the servant of God. So some distance is there, or some own reverence is there, by which then the loving exchange is not complete. It is complete from their point of view, from one point of view of the Vaikuntha Bhav, it is complete. But the love of the Brijabasis in Braj, it is more complete, it is more perfect, it is more sweet, it is most sweet. The loving exchange, because they don't know that Krishna is God. So therefore it is most intimate, most relishable for Krishna and Krishna's devotees. So that is the beauty and the opulence of Krishna and Braj. Unsurpassed, unparalleled. And then the strength. So Krishna is most strong. So all the personalities of Godhead are strong, but Krishna is most strong. Therefore Prabhupada has said that who is stronger, Krishna or Balaram? He was asking devotees. Some were saying Krishna, some Balaram. And then Prabhupada was saying Krishna is stronger because you can see Balaram is putting his arm, his arm on the shoulder of Krishna. He's leaning on Krishna. So Krishna is most strong. So Krishna is the most strong personalities. So he is most well known, most famous. Krishna is most famous. Of course in India Ramchandra Bhagavan is also very famous. But actually Krishna is most famous throughout the world, throughout the universe. And he is also most renounced. Nobody is as renounced as Krishna. So much so that he can leave all the gopis. He's dancing with millions of gopis, most beautiful damsels in the whole universe. Whole spiritual creation, the gopis are most beautiful. But he can leave them. So even he went to Mathura, leaving all the Brijabasis, because he's most renounced. He doesn't need anybody. But at the same time, he's most loving and reciprocating. He's the best friend of all the living entities. And because of the love of the gopis especially and the Brijabasis, so he's reciprocating. But then even he's saying, I'm not able to fully reciprocate the love especially of the gopis. Because they have given up everything. And they are fully surrendered to me. They don't even care about themselves. They just want to love Krishna. For Krishna's pleasure, no independent desire for their own sense gratification. So therefore Krishna is known as Swayam Bhagavan, the original personality, to the fullest extent, all the opulences are there. And everybody else may be addressed as Bhagavan, but there's only Krishna is known as Swayam Bhagavan, the original, supreme personality of Godhead, who has all opulences which are unlimited. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known different from Krishna, therefore is also accepted and addressed as Swayam Bhagavan. So, but also the devotees who are fully surrendered to Krishna, sometimes they are addressed as Bhagavan. As we can see in the Bhagavatam, that Lord Brahma is sometimes addressed as Bhagavan, Shukadev Goswami is addressed as Bhagavan, Lord Shiva, Bhrigu Muni, even Indra Dev is addressed as Bhagavan, because they are fully dedicated to the service of the Lord. So they become powerful by the mercy of the Lord. So also Prabhupada is mentioning here, so that it seems to be sometimes that Arjuna is repeating himself. Oh, you're unlimited. In the beginning, he may have said this a few times. So, and somebody may say, why is repeating himself? So, but then Krishna is saying, the Prabhupada is explaining, so but on the transcendental platform, actually there is no flow. But because of transcendental ecstasy, sometimes a devotee, they may repeat sometimes, a few times. Oh, Krishna is so wonderful, he's so wonderful, he's so beautiful, beautiful. Because they have so much love. Or sometimes transcendental bewilderment, and they're repeating themselves. Oh, he's unlimited, he's unlimited. But there's no flow on the transcendental platform for the pure devotee. So it is complete and perfect, just like Krishna. Only to the materialistic person, sometimes they may, because they are not pure and they may be then envious, so they will see faults in the Supreme Lord even, or in the pure devotees also. But they are flawless, the Supreme Lord and the pure devotee. Anyhow, it is 20 to 7, so we should stop. Any questions? Yes. A microphone. Yes.
So, if only it is pure devotee or any other devotee can also be same as the pure devotee.
If anybody else can be like a pure devotee?
Yeah. Just like ordinary devotee. He is just coming, Prabhupada said anybody chanting Hare Krishna, he is a devotee.
Yes.
So, whether pure devotee or devotee, if they are chanting Krishna's name, then Krishna is reciprocating with them.
Yes.
So, it's okay. Sometimes they are chanting offensively, or something they still not matured. So what do you say about those type of devotees?
Yeah, that's all right. It is not possible to become a pure devotee in one day, overnight. Not possible. It takes time to become a pure devotee. So it takes many years, maybe even many lifetimes. So Krishna is very merciful. And just like a father, or even so, he's seeing a child is there. The child, so he's learning slowly but surely, and the father has so much love for the child. And when he's very small, he will take special care. But the child has to grow up, and he has to go to school. He has to learn more and more. And the father is always there with loving care, is helping the child. But then when he's growing up, then more is expected. When he's 15, 16, then the father will chastise sometimes the child. You're not doing right. Or even when he's younger, when he's doing some nonsense, he will correct him. He will tell, no, this is wrong. You should not do. You should not steal. You should not lie. Very bad. So, but still the love is there, but then he has to correct. And then when he's becoming 15, 16, he will still take care, but then he's expecting that the child becomes now an adult and behaves properly. So, but the love is always there of the father to the child. But then it depends on the child. He has to reciprocate also. He has to see the father is doing so much for him. He has to be grateful. He has to be grateful. And then he should, in return, he should do something for the father also. And when the father is old, then he should take care of the father who is maybe not able to do so much anymore. So reciprocation has to be there. So similarly, Krishna, he loves all his devotees because they're all his eternal servants. But the conditioned souls are there and they are not yet mature and they are not yet fully serving him, but still he loves them. But the reciprocation is not full because the unified devotee, they are not fully dedicated, they are not able to fully surrender to Krishna. So what Krishna can do? So, but he's trying his best to bring them to a higher level of understanding. But he's always appreciating the devotees, even the unified devotees, and he's always trying to help them, and he's always loving them. But the full reciprocation is not there. And because the conditioned soul is not yet purified in consciousness, so the love is not yet manifested. And he doesn't know how to properly reciprocate with Krishna, how to properly surrender Krishna, how to properly serve Krishna. So the exchange is not complete. The surrender is not of the devotee in the beginning, it is conditional. So therefore the reciprocation is not complete. And that is due to the conditioned state of the conditioned soul. But Krishna loves them still. And there's no problem. So the conditioned soul is trying his best, and so, but he has to take shelter of the pure devotee, and with the help of the pure devotee, he may be able to advance more and more. And then he can actually realize his spiritual nature, and then he can properly serve Krishna, and then there will be full reciprocation with Krishna. So is that all right? Okay. Yes. Hare Krishna.
The principal purpose of this chapter is to give confidence.
The principal tapas, austerity. You hold the microphone like this. No, one second.
Is to give confidence.
Or is it you have to put it on? The mic is not on, maybe. Yes. Okay.
The principal purpose of this chapter is to give confidence to Arjuna that you will win. When he saw the Pitamaha and Dronacharya within the teeth of the Lord in the Vishnu.
Yes.
And at last Lord said, Nittamaiva Nimittamaত্ৰ Bhavasambhasāchi. So these have been properly served by the Lord. The purpose of this chapter. My question, we the conditioned people, who is hankering for small gain to get the Lord, what inspiration we get from this chapter so that we can get our purpose fulfilled? You have a quarter-century experience in Krishna Vigyan. Nobody else can answer this type of questions. To kindly say what way we should proceed, that we can, from the experience of this chapter, so that we can fulfill our purpose.
Of course, ultimately, so as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we are trying to realize our loving relationship with Krishna and Braj. So that is actually the goal of life. Mahaprabhu came to give this Braj Bhakti. So to the conditioned souls in this Kali Yuga. And so by good fortune now we have the opportunity to adopt this process of Krishna consciousness by Mahaprabhu's mercy and by the mercy of his eternal associates and the spiritual masters in our Sampradaya and Srila Prabhupada. And so we simply have to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And then we will ultimately be able to come to the highest stage of pure devotional service. So in regards to this chapter, what we can gain from that, so first of all, the devotee, even though So he may see that Krishna here is in Kurukshetra, and it is just there speaking to Arjuna before the battle between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. So from one point of view it may seem that what I have to do with this, because I want to establish my relationship with Krishna in Braj. But actually we should understand that so to come to the highest stage, so it will take some time, and we have to understand that as a devotee practicing, so as explained by Rupa Goswami, that seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatrahi tad bhavalipsona karya vrajalokana sarataha. So the devotional service of the devotee is actually twofold. One is external and one is internal. External and internal. Seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatrahi. One is the sadak sharir. We are practicing devotional service. We are chanting the holy names under the instruction of the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Rupa Goswami. We are performing Vaidhi Bhakti, following rules and regulations and trying to advance in our life. And for that purpose, so we are every day we are hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning, and every day we are hearing the Bhagavad-Gita in the evening. So that is for the sadhak, that is for the person who is practicing. So we have to practice till we are perfect. We have to practice. Practice makes perfect. Even in material world they will say, practice makes perfect. So we are practicing to become perfect. That is a sadhaka. So for that purpose we have to read the Bhagavad-Gita. Even though we want to attain Braj Bhakti, the love of the eternal associates of Krishna in Braj. But at the same time we have to be as a sadhaka, unless we are perfect. But even when we are perfect, in order to teach others, we are still following the rules and regulations. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tat tat evatara janaha. So that is the acharya, the spiritual master, like Srila Prabhupada is the acharya. So he's doing perfectly also is showing the practice just to guide the common man. So in order to guide the common person, even the advanced devotees, so who are internally accomplished in Braj Bhakti, but externally they will follow the rules and regulations. They will read the Bhagavad-Gita, just to teach others that we have to read the Bhagavad-Gita every day, to be fixed in this knowledge. And then we can come to a higher stage, Siddha Rupena Chatrahi, when we realize our Sarup as eternal servant of Krishna and our relationship with Krishna and Braj. But still we always have to follow the rules and regulations. And then so this way, and because the devotee, the pure devotees, they are always fully satisfied, even in ordinary activities. So even we have to take bath every day. So, but is it serving Krishna and Braj, taking bath? No, it is. But we have to take bath. We have to follow the rules and regulations. So what to speak of reading Bhagavad-Gita? And because the devotee, they are fixed on the transcendental platform, so they are swimming in the ocean of bliss, Premananda, Prem Sagar. They're swimming in the ocean of bliss. They're always blissful, whatever they are doing. Of course, sometimes different emotions are coming and going, sadness, and sometimes maybe there, but it is coming and going, and they are not so much bothered, because they are swimming in the ocean of bliss. So what those small waves are coming of the different emotions, but they're swimming in the ocean of bliss. So even reading Bhagavad-Gita, so fighting is there, and ultimately what we have to do with the fighting, we don't want to fight. But still we are hearing that, and we can learn something, and always we can even learn more. Even if we read Bhagavad-Gita again and again, and it is maybe primary knowledge from one point of view, but still we can always learn something more and realize something more. So because Krishna is unlimited. And and therefore the devotee, the advanced devotees, they are always feeling pleasure, and especially also by reading Bhagavad-Gita spoken by Krishna. And then, so as explained, then they will see Krishna everywhere. So it is mentioned here, you have the eyes, the sun and the moon are your eyes. So and then they will see also, but they will always refer everything to Krishna and Braj ultimately. And how the gopis, they are seeing Krishna everywhere. And they're seeing a tamal tree. Because the tamal tree is dark in color and Krishna's color is dark. So they are sometimes transcendently bewildered. Oh, this is Krishna is there, they're embracing the tree, tamal tree. Therefore Krishna's name is Tamal Krishna, like the tamal tree, the color. So transcendental bewilderment is there is no flow. Because they have love for Krishna, they will see him everywhere. So even while reading Bhagavad-Gita, discussing, the Braj Bhaktas, they will remember Braj also. And they have to control themselves and stay on this plane of the Bhagavad-Gita. But automatically they will go there to Braj. So there's no harm reading Bhagavad-Gita. So, and so because the devotee has love for Krishna, in Braj, the Brijvasis, in our line, so they're never disconnected from that. But they're doing the sadhak, sharir activities also, just to teach the others that we should do that. And inspire them, so they may also come to a higher level ultimately. And so there is so in this way we can see that there's no difficulty ultimately for the devotee who is very serious and sincere, and Krishna is helping him. And so therefore, reading Bhagavad-Gita is always wonderful for the devotee. And then he will get the opportunity to glorify Krishna. And when we see Krishna in Kurukshetra, the devotee, so in Braj Bhav also he will remember, yes, Krishna there, Arjuna there in Kurukshetra, but then he will remember something else also. What happened? What else was there in Kurukshetra? Krishna meeting with the Brijbasis during the solar eclipse. All the Brijbasis came there. And Krishna was meeting together with Srimati Radharani. So they were always seeing their Ishtadev. Premanjana churida bhakti vilochanena santa sadeva hridiyeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintu guna sarupam. Only for some moments they will see Krishna and Arjuna here, and then again back they will see Krishna and in Braj with the gopis, with the cowboys, Nanda Baba, Yashoda. So there is no difficulty, and so reading Bhagavad-Gita for the sadhakas who are performing devotional service according to Rupa Goswami, according to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All right? Okay, Hare Krishna. It is almost 7 o'clock, so we stop here. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki